Caltrop is an area denial weapon designed to stop the enemy. The Caltrop is a sturdy, simple, yet effective weapon no matter its position. Its purpose was originally designed to stop elephant and donkey attacks. It graduated to stopping tanks. And now, the Caltrop is your defense against propaganda, polished lies, and manufactured outrage. It's free from counterfeit credibility and synthetic truth. However, inside the walls of the Caltrop, you're going to be forced to think. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Mike Calderese is the Caltrop.
Coming down the mountain from the heaven to the hell, the Mike Calderese, the Caltrop, he never stops, so ring the bell. He bring the facts, he's been up every morning till we sleep. He get it deep, Mike Calderese, in your head and in your sheets. And we don't mind, and we don't care, Mike Calderese is the Caltrop. And we don't mind, and we don't care, Mike Calderese is the Caltrop. And we don't mind, and we don't care, Mike Calderese is the Caltrop.
Good evening and welcome to the Caltrop. Look at me. I am such a rookie. Here I am. I'm doing so many things. You know what happens? I start working again. And I'm throwing these things together. That's bullshit. You know what? It started pouring on me today. And I got some lunch beers. That's the truth. And you know what? I was eating lunch, and I got to tell you guys something really fast. The amount of people that are coming up to me, like a woman at the bar today said, "Are you that famous guy from TikTok?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just some pissed off Mason contractor. I don't think I'll ever get used to being recognized." But you know what? The movement's being talked about, guys. And I don't think it's like, when you talk about me, do I love it? Yeah, I fucking love it. Let's just get something out of the way really quick. I love it. But this is a movement for us because there's a group of people that are not spoken for. There's a group of people out there that want their voices heard, that they feel like they're screaming into the ether. They have nobody that is actually speaking for them. And every time somebody actually speaks for them, those people magically wind up getting canceled. And those people magically wind up losing platforms, getting demonetized. And all they're doing is speaking for the majority of the population. All they're doing is giving a voice to the voiceless. And it's something that I've been doing, and I'm waiting for my pages to get canceled. That's why I really need you to go to centercutmedia.com. My man Jersey Abe's going to love that. But I'm being serious. We need a way that we could get in touch with each other to where it's not controlled by these people. Because every single time we get a voice, every single time somebody gets traction, every single time there's something that's actually good for the majority of Americans, it gets stifled. And what gets pushed down our throats are the things that aren't good for us, but somehow we're sitting there arguing and defending things that we know deep down are not good for us. And the entire time, me and you are being ignored. And we're not just being ignored, we're being railroaded. We're being the ones that are the ones that are saying, "Hey, you pay for everything and shut the fuck up." And let me tell you something. The one thing that everyone says to me when they "Hey, are you this guy?" And it's crazy, but I love it. But the one thing everybody says to me is, "Thank you for being the voice for us." Because I can't say this. I can't say that. I can't talk about this. I can't talk about that. And it's everybody. We live in America, and we can't talk about certain things. Well, let me tell you something. There's nothing that Calderese can't talk about. And there's nothing you shouldn't be able to talk about. And if you can't talk about it, send it to me, because I will. I don't care. And I'm surprised they haven't attacked me. I'm surprised I haven't been attacked. I'm surprised my pages haven't come down like Chris Pollock's. I'm surprised all of it. And I think the difference that separates me from everybody is what my buddy Anthony says. Tony says to me, Mike, bro, it doesn't matter what you say it with a smile on your face. And I think that's true. I'm happy when I say it. I'm not coming at this from places of hate. And I wish everyone would dial the hate down, because the hate is what clouds the entire situation. And it's what gives fodder to the other side that you're trying to speak against. Right? I think we're effective because we're moving in the right direction and calling out the bullshit as we see it. And the bullshit's coming in many different ways. We have Conservative Willie on to talk about it. But listen, we have a lot planned for tonight. But it's really, I have questions for everybody tonight. And I hope Conservative Willie can help me with this. And I think he's going to have questions for you as well. Like, what's our plan on winning? That's going to be the Mike's Right section. And, you know, there's a lot of people that aren't happy with me on my stance about this Iran war. But I haven't heard a cohesive plan. That's worrisome. So we're going to talk about that. Conservative Willie has a bunch of lies that we want to get into. Like, why? If it's so good, why aren't we telling the truth? Why don't we know basic information? Like, who did blow up the school with school kids? Do we know what happened? This a week later. We still don't know. You can't get a real straight answer. Some people are saying, yeah, that was us. Some people are saying it was Israel. Israel's saying it's definitely not us. It's probably a rogue bomb. But it's a week later and we don't know. I think that's a lot of bullshit. And then I'm going to discuss a little bit of every election you hear. This is the most important election of our lifetimes. And I don't think any of them are, because nothing changes. But let's waste no more time and get to the Mike's Right. Shut the fuck up and listen. All right. Like I said before, ladies and gentlemen, I have a question tonight. Actually, I've got two questions. And both of them expose something about the way Americans are constantly being played. Here's the first question. What does victory look like in Iran? What does it look like? And I'm asking everybody seriously. I want you to think about that. And I want you to think about what the best answer is. Because every time the conversation about Iran heats up, I hear the same talking points come out. The regime is evil. The mullahs are dangerous. They chant death to America. The people of Iran deserve freedom. And listen, all that may be true. Let's say it is. Here's the question nobody in Washington ever wants to answer. What does winning actually look like? Because if you listen carefully, nobody can tell you. We're told maybe it leads to regime change. Okay, cool. Regime change. How? Is the United States invading Iran? I don't hear anybody seriously proposing that. Are we installing a government? Because the last few times we tried that in the Middle East, it didn't exactly end with fireworks and democracy. So what's the plan? Apparently, the plan is hope. Hope that the Iranian people will rise up. Hope that they overthrow their own government that they installed 47 years ago. Hope that they all unite. And hope that they decide to install a Western-style democracy. Everybody, that's the strategy, is hope. Now listen, I actually believe the Iranian people are incredible people. Rich history, ancient culture, smart, educated population, and many of them absolutely do hate their government. But revolutions aren't a PowerPoint presentations. You just don't put democracy on the whiteboard and everyone claps. It happens. Revolutions are messy. They're bloody. They're chaotic. And when governments collapse in that part of the world, you don't just get democracy. Sometimes you get something worse. And yet, somehow in America, we talk about this like it's a Marvel movie. Like the regime falls and the Iranian people high-five each other. And then Thomas Jefferson floats down from heaven holding a fucking constitution and they're magically saved. Nobody's explaining the plan. Nobody's explaining the end game. It's just vibes and hope. And then that leads perfectly into the second scam Americans are sold every 2 years. You've heard this your entire life. This, everybody, is the most important election of our lifetime. Every single election, every 4 years, every midterm, every governor's race, every dog catcher's race is the most important election ever. And yet somehow, no matter who wins, nothing actually changes. Oh, sure, the slogans change, the outrage changes, the hashtags certainly change. But the machine keeps humming exactly the same way, the same war machine, tax machine, spend machine. When Democrats win, Republicans suddenly become constitutional purists screaming about spending. When Republicans win, Democrats suddenly discover war powers and civil liberties. And when the other side wins, everyone pretends the country is about to collapse into Mad Max Tuesday. But here's the reality nobody wants to admit. If every election was truly the most important election of our lifetimes, then wouldn't something actually look different by now? Wouldn't the direction of the country dramatically shift depending on who wins? But it doesn't, does it? The debt keeps growing, the wars keep happening, the bureaucracy keeps expanding. And the American people keep being told that this next vote will finally fix it. And what really changes? Just the politicians we hypocritically argue from. That's the funniest part. Half the country flips their principles every 4 years, depending on who's in power. Same policy, different team. Suddenly, the thing you hated yesterday becomes brilliant leadership. And the thing you defended yesterday becomes tyranny. Isn't that great? It's like watching a stadium full of fans who don't care about the rules. They just want their jersey to win. And the political class knows this because while we're busy fighting each other, they're not actually losing power no matter how much they fuck up. They're not actually losing influence. They're just trading jerseys. So tonight, when you hear people screaming about Iran, and when you hear people screaming that the next election is the one that will determine the fate of civilization, maybe ask the simplest question possible. What does victory actually look like? Because if nobody can answer that, then you might not be actually looking at a plan. You might just be looking at a narrative. And narratives are useful. They keep people emotional, they keep people divided, and they keep people distracted. But most importantly, they keep people from noticing that the system keeps running the exact same way no matter who wins. And you're going to get more of the same if you keep your head in the sand and you keep arguing about whose side is right. When the whole time, Mike's right. And I hope you listen. Yo, bro. Okay, all right. I need a little bit of a drink. And I swear to you, it's water in my cup. I've had enough beer for today. It was lunch beers. Do lunch beers really even count when it's 3:00 in the afternoon and it's happy hour and they give you a deal on both food and alcohol? I think not. But let's waste no time. Go to Conservative Willie, my man.
Bobby dog.
Conservative Willie. How are you doing, bro? What do you think about the monologue? Where am I wrong? Tell me where I'm wrong, bro.
Bro, you hit it perfectly. And let me tell you to all the people that are listening, if you think this is a right and left problem, you're stupid. And I don't think enough people tell you that, but you're stupid. Because it's never going to change, okay? You got Republicans, you got Democrats, same fucking snake, two heads. No one's solving anything. It's the best way I can put it.
And again, like, so I ask a very simple question, and I want to ask you this question, Conservative Willie, and I want to ask everybody in the chat after you finger blast the fuck out of my like button, because it loves it. It especially loves it on a Wednesday when it missed you all day Monday. You got no finger loving on Monday. I need all your fingers to touch my like button and touch the fuck out of my share button. Share this for everybody. But dude, I have an honest question for everybody involved and you, bro. What does winning look like? Have you heard a very decent, like, I want you, like, I want everybody to give me the best. What does the end result look like in Iran? What does it look like if we accomplished our mission? If it's we win, we accomplished what we were set out to be. Does it just mean the mullahs are dead? Does it mean the Ayatollah is dead? Does it mean, hey, we got bin Laden, so we're good with the war on terror anymore? Like, what the fuck does actual winning look like? Tell me.
None of this shit works, man. I mean, you look at Iraq. Iraq never got any better. Afghanistan never got any better. Yeah, no, it never happens. We say we're gonna, fix everything, and then we don't. I think it causes more destabilization in every region that we go into. That's just my personal take. I don't think it fixes. I don't think we're helping anybody.
But you pay attention, right? Right, Willie, yeah. Right. So I want you to give me, like, what if you heard the end game to be, right? Because I haven't really heard shit. Like, nothing that's like true. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing that's like dead set. It's very kind of up in the air. No one's really telling us, you got Trump going against Hegseth now, saying it was his fault that we're invading. And then Hegseth is saying it's because of Israel. And it's just like, okay, so what are we doing here? What is our actual end game? And I'm sorry, but I haven't heard a single person tell me an end game from this administration. So I haven't. And you know what? It goes back and forth. I was listening actually to a phenomenal conversation with Piers Morgan. Mm-hmm. And Piers Morgan had a bunch of people, had a couple people on that were pro, Israel, a couple people on that were pro. He's like the political Jerry Springer, honestly, because people just yell at each other. They put him on. He gets out of it. He's like, yeah, go ahead and just yell at each other. And they're talking over each other. It's kind of like the Wild Wild West, but every once in a while you have really good things. And I want to play this. This is Scott Horton. This guy makes a lot of sense, but he brings it up very clear. Why is this America's problem? Take a listen.
Just very quickly, I said this has nothing to do with America. This is Israel's problem. And he said this is Israel's problem for 5 minutes. Yeah, that's what I said. Israel's not a state in the union. We have no treaty of alliance with Israel.
I'd like to respond. I think that the United States wants a secure Middle East. I don't think anybody wants a destabilized Middle East when Israel, which is the United States' greatest ally, is under mortal threat. As we now see Saudi Arabia, Scott, who is the United States' supposed ally, is now also under threat. You've got the UAE, who is under threat. All of them are under threat by Iran.
Because you started a war. The United States has
the courage, and this president has the courage, Scott, beyond just protecting the U.S. troops, thousands of which have died over Iran over the last few decades, to say, you know what, I'm going to support the friends of the United States and to do the very simple act, which seems like none of you can accept, of defeating evil. Good standing up against evil. It can be defeated, and it must be defeated.
The point
Good standing up against evil. Conservative Willie, man.
When the fuck has the Middle East been stable?
but what's I always get into when I loathe these type arguments that these people make. And when you make these type of arguments, it tells me you're not coming at from a real truthful place, because what is good versus evil? Because I'm going to tell everybody right now. The Muslims that are fighting against Israel truly believe that they are the devil. They believe they are evil. They believe that they are bad. And the Muslims and everybody else that's standing up against Israel, and it's the world. I got news for everybody. The world is standing against these people. Mm-hmm. Okay? But they really believe that Israel is evil. Like Dr. Evil with their finger in their mouths, right? And Israel really believes that everybody else is evil. So who the fuck is right, bro? How are we fighting over a subjective term like good and evil, like it means something?
And this goes so far back, it's like I feel like good versus evil is the way these wars are fought. It's like, yeah, so your side thinks they're right. Your side thinks it's right.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, you guys are just going to bomb the fuck out of each other until somebody wins. And then, I mean, you're not going to really win because then you're just going to go back at it again in about 20 years when you get enough bodies back in place so you can go back to war. When does it end? When does it change? No, I don't see any end in sight. I think this has been like this forever, since forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way. How do we make it stop? How do you make it stop?
Dude, you know how you make it stop? It has to stop it has to stop falling on the American citizen. I don't really give a fuck what anybody does, Conservative Willie. Like, dude, I don't care if you guys want to bang it out. Israel, bang it out with everybody over there. Mm-hmm. I don't need to be paying $5 a gallon for diesel right now. I don't need to be doing it. I have not worked since December. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is the reality of a regular American's life, to where you have a very bad winter. I'm a mason contractor. I've done some snow removal. I was fortunate enough to do that. But you're talking about the first job I do. My fuel prices are up $1.20 per gallon, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is a small price to pay for whatever we're doing." But the truth of the matter is, what am I gaining from this?
Yeah, what? I'm sorry, but what is my tax dollars benefiting right now?
So it's more
shooting some fucking missiles.
So we just spent $50 billion, but what were you talking about, Hegseth?
Oh God,
how much money have they spent on all luxurious bullshit, bro?
I had to pull up just so I could be on top of it. So you got $93.4 billion on grants and contracts just in September 2025 alone. You're talking 6.9 million on lobster, 2-point-something million on Alaskan king crab, 15 million on ribeye steaks, 124,000 on ice cream machines. That's great. 139,000 on fucking
ice cream
donuts.
machines.
Donuts, my guy. They're sitting in the Pentagon just loving on some donuts right now.
Wouldn't you like to be loving on donuts? You look like you can eat a donut.
I love donuts. I fuck some donuts up, but I pay.
I like the
them.
Strawberry topping. You know,
dude, I go
regular
for
donut with the strawberry top.
It's got to be just a regular glazed with some chocolate icing and some sprinkles.
So okay,
I tear it up. But no, this is what I'm saying. 5.3 million on fucking iPads. Like, what are we doing here? What is this? You know, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna piss a lot of you fucking MAGA people off. If we're going to hold the other, past administrations accountable, let's talk about the waste. Let's talk about the shit that they're spending money on that they don't need to be spending money on. I know that's going to upset you. That's going to piss you off. But guess what? I really don't give a fuck.
So hold on. Aren't you? I thought you were a MAGA supporter.
I'm not
bro.
MAGA.
You were full MAGA. I thought you were all Trump.
I voted for Trump.
You're Conservative Willie, bro. You're like the name screams, I love Trump.
I voted for Trump 3 times. I've gone through a wild shift.
I heard that you had TR on one butt cheek, an R in your asshole, sure. And a Absolutely. UP on the other. That's how much of a Trump supporter I heard that you were. No. And you're telling me that you're going to piss off MAGA. And let me tell you something. I agree with you, bro, because listen, I tell everybody that listen to me all the time. If I was mad at something Biden did, mm-hmm. and then Trump does the same thing Biden did, I have to be mad at what Trump did. I cannot switch my position. And
we're realists. We're free thinkers. That's the problem with this country is you got these people. The other day we were at the store doing the Bobby Williams for Florida governor. And someone came up to me and they're like, "Hey, sign this." And I'm like, "I don't even know who that person is. I'm not signing anything." Well, they're a Republican. And I'm like, "Cool fucking story. I don't have to support Republican. I don't have to support a Democrat. If I don't know who they are, I'm not signing something supporting them." And she was just mind blown by this. And she was an older lady, and she's that older generation where, oh no, you vote by party, R all the way down, D all the way down. And I'm like, no, you people got to be free. You got to be free thinkers.
So how dare you question Hegseth spending $115,000 on ice
the most since 2008, might I add, in 1 month since 2008. And who was in an 2008?
I think that was George W. Bush right there, right? Or was it Obama? Was it the crowd? I don't know.
I think it was
Obama
tiptoeing
took over
between
in
Obama and
09.
Bush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting, bro. You know, but again, I like it because you're asking questions. Like you're asking, why are we spending? You guys came in and we had this whole thing on Doge. And one of the things that does bother me about this is, listen, we came in with cutting government waste, closing the border, which has been done.
Yeah.
But getting rid of government waste and all of this shit. And we also came in on the fact that we were going to stop wars. This is going to be the president of peace. And so far, we have not had a president of peace. And I got to tell you something. This is the thing that bothers me. Because when I rail against Trump and I rail against the Republicans, I want everybody to understand something. I don't want the Democrats in charge.
Mm-mm.
And this isn't saying that I want the Republicans in charge. What I'm saying is if the Democrats get control, what did Doge mean? It didn't mean a fucking thing. Nothing. Yeah. Zero. You know why? Because this is why. This is Chuck Schumer.
You look at the budget actually we're working on right now, and we'll have the T-HUD budget, transportation and HUD budget. We restore most of the cuts and even go higher than previous years on many of the programs that Doge slashed. When I met our nominee for HUD secretary, then he was nominee, he talked a nice game, but he doesn't seem to have the clout to make those views prevail over the Doge people, over the cut people. But we have worked really hard in the budget and gotten bipartisan support to increase these amounts and undo a lot of the cuts, which are essential.
To undo a lot of the cuts that are essential. So when I rip about this, and Conservative Willie, give me a second, because I'm going to get to a couple comments that I've been neglecting the shit out of them. Rich DePietro in the chat says women in bikinis in Iran. Dude, women in bikinis in Iran sound really fucking hot, dude. Matthew Wolfer says all that money for technology and missiles, and they miss. That's insulting. Christo, Jersey Watcher says I shared your show in many groups too. Jersey Watcher, check him out. Go to his channel, share his channel. He's trying to get me to 10,000. Let's get him as high as we possibly can. Now, this is where I wanted to get to. Rich DePietro says, these fucks have killed and maimed thousands of Americans. They want us all dead. $7 a gallon if Harris was on there. What's the answers? What's the answers is the question that I want to answer for him. Because we listened to that, right? I got to tell you something. The answer, Rich, is definitely not to give the Senate and the Congress to the Democrats off of the thought process that somebody wants us dead. There's plenty of people around the country, around the world that want us dead. And just wanting us dead, chanting they want us dead, chanting death to us, chanting death to Israel isn't enough, dude. What do you think, Conservative Willie? What are the answers to this problem?
I mean, that's hard because, I get where you're coming from. They have killed a lot of us, you know what I'm saying? But we've killed a lot of people too.
Yes.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, what are we just, like I said, are we just going to continue killing and killing and killing until there's no one else to kill? I mean, I hear what you're saying and I understand the gas prices, but we don't even know what would have happened under Kamala. We don't know. We don't know what would have happened. It probably would have been an absolute shit show because I can't stand her and she's terrible and she had no actual thing in place for anything. But yeah, bro, I mean, everyone's killing everyone. That's part of war, right? It sucks. But it happens. It's war.
But he asked a very specific question, and I want to give everybody a very specific answer. I am about solutions, and I do believe the answers to these problems they have to be. There's okay. Let's stop for a second. If we went in there just for oil. And they said, we're going there for oil. We wouldn't be having this conversation right now. We wouldn't be sitting there saying this, that, and the other thing. Just tell me you need their light crude to mix with the fucking heavy crude that Venezuela has. That way our refineries could actually start refining it into actual, so we can make money on it. Great. Then I will be for this because then I actually see an end game. Okay. But what are the answers? Or like when we talk about this, what are the answers? The answers, to me, we have spent $50 billion last week in munitions. I read a story where they were flying $9 drone swarms at us to get us to use, millions and millions of dollar missiles to blow these things up and giant munitions. And they were sending paper at us, $9, right? When you look at this type of waste, the answers can't be, hey, let's keep doing the exact same thing. The answers have to be revolved around, we have got to get our shit together and wonder where that $50 billion is going to be best spent. Because to me, that $50 billion is small compared to the actual internal problems that we have. We didn't talk about Jews yet today, so let's bring them up. Me and you were both in Lakewood, right? And we see the problems that are going on over there. We see the problems that happen in Patterson, New Jersey. We all see the problems that are happening in Minnesota, but nobody's gotten arrested besides some low-level people. We see these issues of just disgusting government abuse that pale in comparison to the $50 billion. But why are we spending this level of money on lobster and wars when we have people like me and you that are paying taxes like it's going out of style, and it's never ending? We're losing services while we're paying more. And somehow we still have the money to spend billions at a time on foreign wars that ultimately aren't going to help us.
Yeah, I mean the $93 billion that could have gone towards the border, that could have gone towards helping our homeless veteran problem that we have in this country. It could have gone toward real audits. It could have gone toward so many other fucking things that are beneficial to the country and the people of the country who are actual legal citizens of the country. And why are we spending the money on this?
Why are we spending so Rich, you say they are here and the conversation will change when a lot of Americans are dead. I hope I'm wrong. I agree with you, bro.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Country.
And I think bad people should be taken out. I am with that. I am for taking out terrorists and I am for taking out these people, but I don't want a full-fledged 20-year, 30-year, which it's not yet. And I hope it doesn't come to that. But I don't want to see that happen. I'm done with that. We don't need that shit anymore.
Let me tell you something. Nick Salonicho just said it. Fucking Mr. Fit Nick. Check him out, obviously. He's the one that got us together. You know what I'm saying? When oil hits 300 a gallon, everything's going to collapse. When oil hits 200 a gallon, when oil hits 180 a gallon, bro, evering's going to start to collapse. Do you guys have any idea what Biden cost me when diesel prices skyrocketed to $6 a gallon, and we're rated 5? We're not far off. I was screaming about this under Biden. He cost me over $5,000 for one truck, everyone. My truck was $250 to fill up from $125. Okay, you're doubling my cost. And then they put that and then a dump truck at the time. So you have those two trucks. You have a $10,000 hit to me. I can't pass that money off to my customer that fast. I can't raise prices that much that fast. I could pass some of it off, but I can't pass it all off. So what do? It's eating at me and it's hitting at me. And everybody says, oh, it's a small price to pay. No, it's, to me, I've paid enough fucking prices, man. I've paid the prices for everything. You've named it. Yeah. We pay more taxes. And when it comes down to the price, when does the American citizen get the reward, bro? That's what I want to know. When do we reap the benefit?
Hey, just like all these kickbacks, you know what I'm saying? Like all this money that apparently we were supposed to be getting back, right? It's all going to the fucking corporations. It's not a dime is going to the American citizen. And that's another fucking lie that I'd love to call out for this administration.
Fire away, dude. Call it.
I'm good. Like I'm good with the broken promises. Like if you say you're gonna do something, fucking do it. Okay? How are you gonna hold yourself accountable? I mean, because I'd love to hold you accountable, but I can't. I mean, the only way I can hold you accountable is just by talking about it. But yeah, it's just bullshit. I'm just tired of the broken.
How do you stop a war? You know, because I'm going to be very critical of this right now. How do you stop a war when you're actively fighting a war? So the first thing you said was, we're going to stop the Russian and Ukrainian war. Mm-hmm. If you're Putin and you see Trump right now involved in going after Iran, how is that war ever going to stop? And then you know what? Listen, let me ask you this question while we're on it. Ready? Let me show you something. This is Israel. And I have a very simple question to everybody. Are you going to be okay if our tax dollars are going to rebuild Israel? Because a lot of people don't realize this shit. Israel is getting fucking hammered right now. Watch.
Ya Allah, you. Allah.
يا ابوي وصلنا الطلق.
I mean, you know, it's who's paying to rebuild Israel when this is all said and done, because they have a lot of things that are absolutely destroyed right now.
You know it's going to be our taxpayer money. You know it will be.
It's always yes. Isn't that one of the problems though, bro? You know, like
it is, because we do this with every fucking country that we blow the shit out of and then say we need to bring democracy to, or whatever the fuck we bring. I don't really know what we bring. I mean, we were finding out that they were spending, you know, like a couple $100 million on Gay Sesame Street in Afghanistan. So I mean, I don't know.
Can you tell me how to get?
I don't know anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Sesame
But no, it's
Street.
Dude,
I can't
wrong,
fucking love
man.
it.
And the taxpayer, we're taxed 43% of our income is taxed 43%. If you really break it down, we went to fucking war over a 2% tax or a 3% tax on tea. But you know what happened was they got you comfortable. They gave you Uber Eats. They gave you Netflix. They gave you nice houses that you can barely fucking afford because you're always at work, working to pay for that house. Or like when we were in Lakewood, $700-800 fucking gas bills. Meanwhile, you got, you know, $2-3 million Section 8 houses. So I'm just I don't really know anywhere. I don't really know where our money goes, and that's a problem. Taxation without representation.
I know where our money goes. This is the disgusting part about it. We have allowed our money to go to special interest. We've allowed our money to go to people that are not inside of our community.
Yeah,
you know, everyone wants to scream about the Jews, but here's the reality of them. They get our government money, and then our money doesn't leave their community. They're not wasting it on a lot of bullshit like Amazon. Well, I mean, plenty of Amazon trucks are at their house. Let's not get that twisted. But the truth of the matter is they have their own insulated stores, right?
Well, they actually take care
all
of
their money stays inside. All their money stays inside their community. What we do is we get all this money, and it's all the government money. And what do? We spend it at Walmart. We spend it at all these big corporations. We don't have as many small businesses anymore, and our money doesn't stay inside of our community. And that's one of the things that destroys community after community, because it goes to these giant corporations while everyone wants to scream about corporations.
Well, and you got to think the government makes it very hard for you to start a business. It's
very hard.
They're going to come at you hard, and you're going to get taxed really bad. So at some point, some people are just like, you know what, maybe it's not fucking worth it. Maybe I just keep working for the man instead of doing it myself. Because, I mean, you're in a better bracket at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's insane. I mean, it's sad because the whole point of
people are also stuck in a lot of the misnomers of life, right?
Yeah.
So, yes, is it hard to start a business? Yes. But starting a business is hard, period, right? So if you think starting it is the problem, then you shouldn't be starting a fucking business, because starting it is the easiest part of a business, right? I could start a damn business. Running the damn thing is okay. So if you can't start it, maybe you should be working for the man, and maybe you need to stop bitching because the man controls you because you want to be controlled. And that's, you know, that's where I get to, and that's why I try, you know, I pride myself on being the Caltrop, because I want to wake people up to realize that they are in control of their own minds. Like when we do, you know, like you take me, you take you, you take my next door neighbor. My next door neighbor just dropped, you know, $600,000 on a new business that he believes in.
Good for him.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
That is capitalism. That is, if I could make it here, I could make it anywhere type shit. That's American. Like, I believe in myself, and I'm going to, you know, if this dude, because he believed in himself, turns that company into a $20 million company, why shouldn't he bask in all the damn benefits that comes with it? He risked $600,000
All I
leaving
say,
his
hey,
job,
bro, use them same fucking loopholes. Use it. They put it in place. Use it.
If everyone did it, the system would collapse. This is the problem. Everybody that's abusing the system needs people to keep paying into the system.
Well, that's why Lakewood's predominantly a Democrat.
What's that?
They vote Democrat. I said Lakewood. It's predominantly Democrat because they vote for what is going to keep them being able to do what they do.
So so I don't want to. There's areas that confirm what you just said, Willie.
Mm-hmm.
Lakewood, believe it or not, is overwhelmingly Republican,
except for the people calling the shots.
Okay, so again,
I know what you're saying, though. It is.
You're right.
There's a lot of people. They
are Democrats. Yes, they are. I completely agree with you. They are 100% Democrats, but they run with the little fucking R under their name.
They do.
And they don't act like Republicans. They act like Democrats. But what's funny is they also fund all the New Jersey, like Northern Jersey Democrats. Mm-hmm. So so yes, you're right. But yes, technically there's an R.
There's a fucking R by their name. It just stands for Rhino.
Yeah, but the way the system operates and the way they control the system, it's definitely like that. Let's do this because I have a couple things I want to take your I want to get your opinion on. This was fucking hysterical to me. This guy, because like what you asked and what Rich asked, you asked, when does this end? Has the Middle East ever been peaceful? And what are the solutions? Rich in the chat asked me, what are the solutions? There's a guy that sums this up perfectly about what are we at our core human? Are we evil people? Were we created evil, or were we created loving? And I think, and was the world ever peaceful, or is it turning more violent? I think this guy does a great job. I want to play it. And I want to get your take on this. A minute and 20 seconds of pure fucking perfection. Listen.
The world's gone to hell that it's gotten so violent. But the world never got violent. There is no got. The world has been violent since the beginning. Cain killed Abel. Cain killed Abel. The third person on the planet killed the fourth person on the planet. We weren't even able to make it to 3 people before somebody was a murderer. At one time, a third of the people on the planet were murderers, right? A third of the people in the hood aren't murderers. A third of the people who own guns aren't murderers. A third of the people in jail aren't even murderers, right? San Quentin, Alcatraz, Folsom Prison are safer than the book of Genesis. You thought Compton and Baghdad were tough? Try downtown Eden when the sun goes down. There was murder and violence at person 3. One couple had 2 boys who had the world to themselves, and one of them was claiming this town ain't big enough for the 2 of us, right? Cain killed 25% of the world's population. That's more than Stalin, Hitler, Idi Amin, Pol Pot, King Herod, Genghis Khan, Manifest Destiny, typhoid, cancer, AIDS, cooties, all combined. Cain killed a third of the people he knew. He knew 3 people. He killed one of them. If you knew Cain, you had a 66 2/3% chance of survival. There's no such thing as the good old days. There was like one good day. It was half a day. Adam and Eve were naked, alone, in an oasis. Lunchtime came. People got hungry. Apples were eaten. Boom, Detroit.
Dude,
I wish I could buy that guy a fucking beer right now. I really do. It was spot on, bro. Spot on. That's amazing.
You can't argue with anything in the game. Those are the type of arguments that I try to make. And I don't know how much thinking that took that dude. It was probably like 3 bowls to the face. He was smoking weed, laughing in his backyard, and it just came to him, right? But I wish that was me, because those are the type of arguments I try to make. They're so dumb and in your face that they're so obvious, and you can't.
I wish I had that level of just comfort, just the level of comfort while he's telling it. He's like, literally a third of the people he knew, and he's like, all right, yeah, you're chopped. Chopped. Done.
Dude, homeboy broke out statistics. He's like, if you knew Kane, you had a 66.6% chance of survival. You know what I'm saying?
The Bolshevik genocide, Hitler.
At one
all
point,
of it.
he killed 25% of the population. That's more than
crazy,
cooties.
man.
You know, and the way he ripped it off, it was, oh my God, it was so fucking
That was
perfect.
probably
I
one
had
of the
to
best
play
videos I've seen in a while.
In a
That
while,
was just-
right? Dude, you know what? And here, you want to play another one? This is another great video. So this is Bill Maher. Did you see Bill Maher cornering Adam Schiff?
I have not. No, I haven't seen it.
Oh my God. Oh.
Is it
Dude,
good?
This is another one that, listen, Bill Maher has done so many things that make me dislike him.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say something positive about Bill Maher. The dude is very smart. He knows how to get views. He knows how to adjust his message in a way to where he keeps true to himself, but he'll attract different people to his message. And for whatever reason, he's been fucking with both sides, which I do like. This is him fucking with Adam Schiff. Watch this.
Administration. The president had the constitutional authority to direct the use of military force because he could reasonably determine that such use of force was in the national interest. That's too vague for you?
Totally vague.
Okay, because that's from Obama about Libya.
Well,
this.
Fucking God, brother.
So he quoted Obama.
And Libya turned into a fucking nothing but just a slave. Just, it's bad. Libya's it's terrible what Obama did to Libya.
Where do you think Israel's going next? Do we think, like everyone that we're talking about, we've had this whole conversation, right? What does winning look like? Does winning look like that Iran is taking it? Let's just say in the perfect world.
I think we need Cuba. Just throwing it out there.
So,
I think we need Cuba.
I want to. Let's steel man this argument.
All right.
Perfect world happens. Okay. We take out the Ayatollahs.
Yeah.
The Iranians rise up like the children of fucking Abram. You know, they rise up into their land. Dude, they overthrow their government. We have a full democracy in Iran. All of the dreams of all of the warmongers like Lindsey Graham come true.
I hate that fucking guy.
I'm gonna play a couple of him in a second. They all come true.
Mm-hmm.
What's next? Do we really think there's going to be peace in that region once that's over with? Because I think you have Libya that's gonna get attacked. I think you have Syria that's gonna get attacked.
Mm-hmm.
You have Jewish settlements that are both in Libya and both in Syria. They're getting attacked. Then you have Turkey, which they've already started talking about Turkey on how
Lebanon's gonna have a peace too.
Lebanon, exactly.
And that's just nothing but terrorists. The place is terrible.
So is it ever going to end, or is this going to be one big circle jerk of bombings?
I think it's going to be more of like a. I don't think it's going to be a full-on fucking war. I think it's just going to be a bunch of bombings after bombings after bombings after bombings, and everyone's going to be like, "Oh yay, we liberated them! Oh my god, they're out there with their sticks, their camels, and their fucking flip-flops. Everything is great. Everything's fantastic. Yeah, dude, they're all a snack bar looking ass motherfuckers. Anywho,
this is Lindsey Graham. This is Lindsey Graham. I will go to war with anybody. Listen to this. This guy. Let's play a couple random fire. Lindsey Graham's. This is what South Carolina. What the fuck did you vote in?
He knows he's gay.
Yeah, you know how I know he's gay? Like this word right here.
Saudi Arabia. I've been your biggest champion. I think the Crown Prince has taken Saudi Arabia in a completely different direction in a good way. But here's what I want to say to Saudi Arabia tonight. I'm willing to do a mutual defense agreement with your country to give you protection in perpetuity. Under the agreement I've been pushing, and I hope we can continue to talk about, if you're attacked by Iran, we would go to war for you.
If you were attacked, we will go to war.
This is a guy that got on the screen and simply said, I stand with Israel until I die.
Oh, you mean this one?
I believe with all my heart and soul. If the regime in Iran still stands when this is over, we've made a mistake. If they had a nuclear weapon, they would use it. They've been lying about what they're doing with their nuclear program. They want to bomb because they're Nazis. They're crazy. They want to kill all the Jews, and the Jews have been down that road before. To our friends in Israel, God bless you. I'm with you in every way. To all the anti-Semitites, to all the isolationists, I don't believe. Forget it. I'm not with you. I'm with Israel. I will be with Israel to our dying day.
That's an American senator. I will be with Israel to our dying day. By the way, what is an anti-Semitite?
He has been nothing but a globalist his entire fucking career. This is a guy who was wrong about Iraq. He was wrong about weapons of mass destruction. He was wrong about Libya. He was wrong about everything. And best I can do is 271,000. Anywho.
You know, it's really funny, and I didn't put this one in the chat, honestly. Do you know the Tyler video that he didn't claim he was a billionaire, but he sold his company for $900 million. So I round up, you're a billionaire. So if he was, I was joking around, but I totally lost my train of thought with this guy. So he did a private interview. Well, he released the full interview of him and Tyler. If you didn't know this, it's like an hour and a half. You go watch the entire thing. I don't think
I gotta go watch it. Where's it at?
It's on his page, Dr. Richie Roberts YouTube page. Right. Yeah, Dr. Richie Roberts. So it's also on Tyler's paid page that was now taken down. So I don't know.
I saw that. What the hell?
I don't know where you find it anymore, bro. We're gonna get to you in a second with how you were taken down. But fuck, what was that gonna? Why did they even bring that guy up?
Lindsey?
What were we talking about, Willie?
We were talking about Lindsey Graham.
Oh yeah, there you go. Great job. You're a fucking stud. You are a stud.
I got you.
Me. So during that interview, you know, Tyler did a great job, dude. If you ask me, Tyler is so fucking smart. Kid's really smart. But he asked him, well, what other politicians do you support? You know, because you're a big donor within the GOP and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, you know, Lindsey Graham is one and a number of different senators. And then he named one, you know, but the first name in his mind was Lindsey Graham, the first name. And this is a guy that represents South Carolina's interests. Now, South Carolina, I have to ask you, does he really represent your interests, or does he represent Israel's interests more? Who does he fight for harder?
Well, I mean, the guy swore to the Constitution of the United States, so he's supposed to stand for us, right? Just like all these people in D.C. that don't stand for us. They stand for whoever has the best checkbook and whoever's going to donate the most money. And this is why I don't understand why AIPAC doesn't have to register as a foreign lobby. Never understood it. Don't get it.
Well, it's the same thing. Like, why can Israel have nuclear weapons and not be checked by the international nuclear agencies? Like,
well, they've been saying Iran's had them for 40 fucking years.
But why? Again, like, you know what's interesting though? Like, I don't understand how a group of people are able to confirm what everybody thinks of them over and over and over again, and still nobody believes it, right? So, like, you just had. Now, we had our own issues with TikTok when China owned them.
Yeah.
But you and Nick got demonetized and deplatformed off of TikTok.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, because you were talking about those issues, why don't you go off about that for a minute, bro, and just let me know, like, tell me something. Do you think, like, I want to be honest, right? I'm going to do something really fast. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun.
All right.
Would you have been kicked off if you said this? Ready? Hey, blacks, stop fucking killing each other.
No, I'd probably be like blowing up. I mean, especially on Facebook, that shit hits hard with the older people.
Right now, you pick something else, bro. You pick a group that we can't touch on, or every group. I mean, you can touch on.
I could talk about Mexicans. I could talk about Indians.
Yeah,
I could talk about anybody.
Beaners running across the border, you fucks. I know you're fast.
Yeah.
You could say
I could talk about all that. The minute I started talking about the Jews, And it wasn't even the Jews. It was just Israeli's government.
The juice.
The
You guys say the juice.
The juice. The Israeli
Juice.
government. When I started questioning the Israeli government and their occupation in our government, which is what I believe, then I got kicked off. I've been kicked off 3 times now, or four now total. And I'm not going back, but it is fucked up because Trump sold it to someone who was supposed to, allow free speech, right?
So were you kicked off all because you were talking about the juice?
That was the one that did me in. Yes.
Was the juice. Okay.
I got my other warnings from other videos about the Jews. And then my final was, that was the one that did it.
But your other pages, what were you removed for them?
Which one? Oh, the first one?
Yeah.
Oh, I was ripping Biden hard. Ripping Biden really hard. And I definitely went against community guidelines, so I kind of accepted that. I was like, I know I'm saying stuff that you're not supposed to say. I just thought maybe I could get away with it because I'm close to 100K. Sick. No. They're like, nah, fuck you. You're gone. And then I made another one and they got me at like 45, 50,000. And then I made my new one and they got me at like 11,000. I'm like, I'm not even going to do it anymore.
At least you admitted you were fully against community guidelines.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So Mama Dukes says, in South Carolina, Democrats are allowed to vote in the primary. So Graham wins the primary, leaving South Carolina no choice. It was either Graham or the Democrat Harrison. Listen, here's the sad part about it is, I gotta ask you, Mama Dukes, who's worse, the Democrat just because he's a Democrat, or the pile of shit who's never done anything for South Carolina? You got to stop with this left-right horse shit, man.
Well, I'm tired of the lesser of two
not
evils.
Right wing.
I'm done with the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, dude.
It just needs to be what is right. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, it says, let me see. Eli. Oh, is this Eli Shibelemi? I can't read. I can't read. Eli Shibelemi says, what is with the undying loyalty to Israel?
They think that they're God's chosen people when this has nothing to do with God's chosen people at all. And we have no issue with the Jewish people. We have an issue with their government and the way that they have embedded themselves into our government.
So I got to ask you a question, Conservative Willie, because I've been asked this. I've been talking to a Jewish man about this the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Is Jewish a nationality or a religion?
I don't know. Is Islam Muslim or Muslim Islam? It's hard. I mean, I don't know. They're Jewish, so.
So does that mean you're a little Jew?
I don't know.
You're like kind of Jew. You're
that's,
Jewish,
That's hard to tell. You know what I'm saying? But like that's a big thing for me is I've had to start separating Muslim from Islam. You have to be able to separate it because there are good Muslims. You know what I'm saying? But Islam
very good Jews.
Islam is a cancer. There are very good Jews, but then there are different. You know what I'm saying? There's different levels.
Well, you know what it is? It's again, I love this. I love this line. It's from George Carlin. The individual as a person is a great person.
Yeah.
The people, right? The person is good. The people are fucked.
Absolutely.
You get anybody into any group of people doing their thing, they're the ones that are typically bad for society. They're only good for the only groups of people that are out there that are good for society are ones that are trying to benefit everybody. But the problem is you'll never be able to benefit everybody. It'll never happen. That's why, I think our founders are very brilliant by installing the fact that we are individuals.
Yeah.
And it's all about you as an individual, living as an individual amongst everybody. To me, that's what this country was about. It's not about get in my little tiny group and run over everybody because I can outvote you. I think that honestly was the antithesis of what America was supposed to be about.
For sure. No, absolutely. You hit that spot on.
Dude, it's interesting. So we're at 9:00. Let's see. Did I have anything let's go over a couple little quick things. How do you like Rabbi Calderese? I love Rabbi Calderese. He's gonna be with us. Rabbi Calderese. The problem with Rabbi Calderese is he only knows Italian, so he goes, "In nomine Patri, e Sante, e Spiritu Santo." I go and I bless you Everybody,
I love that shit.
How about this? Trump appoints Erica Kirk to the Air Force Academy Board. Conservative Willie. Is that a DEI hire, bro? Why are we celebrating the DEI hires of Trump and we didn't do a Biden? Tell me.
This is one subject that I have not talked about online. Is the Erica Kirk. Because there's so much that goes, and there's so many things that I've seen, and there's just so much misinformation, and so many. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut on that one. I think I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. I can't tell, and if I don't know fully, I'm just not gonna speak. I'm just not gonna speak on it. But yeah, I question that. I question that. I'll just put it that way.
So you don't have to speak on it. I will.
Okay, perfect. That's all you.
I'm gonna tell everybody right now what I think about this. Charlie Kirk was on this board. So this is 100% a meaningless position. Okay. It's not like she's going to have any power. I like nobody's going to take her seriously. This is a for show position. But to do so, you do give fodder to the left that says this is a DEI hire. And I don't understand why apparently Trump has got the smartest people around him. That's the argument.
The fucking supposedly.
Supposedly. But they've made so many just
stupid,
ridiculous mistakes, like easy layup mistakes, like the Epstein list, like taking ownership of the Epstein list and knowing you're not going to be able to produce anything was just a rookie move. Like these are moves where if they listened to the Caltrop, if they listened to calories, they would have none of these problems right now. They would be soaring. They would win this fucking midterm. We're not going to be faced with an absolute bloodbath of Republicans getting crushed because they showed each other and showed everybody how much it sucks. We're not going to be faced with the prospect that the second that this happens, that Trump's presidency is completely over. We're not going to be faced with the fact that when the Democrat wins this next election, he can just do 800 fucking executive orders and change everything Trump did.
Everything.
Most importantly, we're not going to face the fact that none of it is going to change shit. That's the crazy part.
He's going to hit you with 800 different changes with the auto pen.
And none of it's going to change this country. None of it. It's all going to be the most important election of our lifetimes.
And we might go to jail. And everything's fine. Everything's great.
That's the thing that's going to happen, Willie. People like me and you are going to be shut up even more. Because now, you know what? Everyone could speak under Trump unless you speak about the people he doesn't like.
Exactly.
And we have got to stop this shit. You know, the way, Richard asked us early on, what's the solution? You know, the God's honest truth is the solution is that Americans actually need to unite for what American values are. And if American values don't start and end with free speech, if they don't start and end with that very concept that I should be able to criticize anybody on any platform, like, I don't care if it's a public platform.
Yeah.
If you are an American company, you should be not censoring speech, period. End of story, end of discussion. And if we can't get around that, and let's face facts, these social media sites, they're basically public utilities at this point.
Yeah.
They are not private companies. They are like the energy company. They are public utilities. So they could shape arguments, they could shape mindsets, they could shape all this stuff. And the fact that they could silence people like you, it's one of those, it's a mockery of what America is supposed to be about. Dude, give me your last words because we're running over, and tell everybody where they can find you.
All right, you can find me on Instagram, Conservative Willie, Colton Wilson, COLTEN WILSON. You can find me on Facebook, Colton Wilson Willie, no conservative at the front of that one. And you can find me on X at Conservative Willie. And I think my last words would be, I'm not fucking going anywhere. So you can keep banning me, but I'm not going anywhere.
Dude, I love it. And we need more people like that. You know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing a lot more people being emboldened to speak up. since they see people like us doing it, you know?
Right.
The amount of people that have met me, I gotta give one shout out. My cousin ran into a woman that was talking about about issues in our area and asked my cousin where he lived. And he said Manchester, and she starts going into Manchester. Then she goes, "There's this local guy that's going in on these, and I just love him, and his name's Mike Calderese." I'm gonna listen.
Awesome.
He posted some things, and I'm gonna listen to him because he said to listen to him. And when I hear that, I take that as a responsibility, man. I really do. Like, it means a lot to me. And I want you to know, anonymous woman, because you said to my cousin that you post as anonymous, and I think I know who you are. Because I've seen your comments. But anonymous woman, thank you very much, dude. I do this for you. People like Conservative Willie, myself, Nick Salanitro, Tyler. You know, like, people say what they want to say about Tyler. You know, we do this for you. And the truth of the matter is, you see a lot of negative shit said to us. You see a lot of them trying to silence us, but I've called them all out, Conservative Willie. Like, I've called everybody out. I will debate anybody over the merits of that Tyler video, and nobody wants to debate me.
Yeah, no, of course I saw your post the other day about that. You reached out. You're like, hey, let's talk about it, and nothing.
Dude, so one of the guys that I reached out to was one of the guys that was in that video. I hope Richie Roberts gets back to me, because I think me and him can have a very productive conversation about our area, where Tyler, Tyler did his homework. Yes. He didn't grow up here, so he doesn't understand fully what's going on. I do. And we have a mutual friend that's trying to negotiate this with us, but it's been days. I don't think he's going to respond to me. I don't think anybody wants to respond to me. Why? Why don't you? If what I'm saying is so wrong, it should be easy to prove. I am a dumb shit Mason. That's what I say about myself. I'm a moron, everybody. Please. Right? Yeah. Come at me. If what I'm saying is so easily debunked and I'm such a liar and I'm such a moron, which I am, I will concede that with you. I am a dumb shit. So prove your point. I'm giving you the platform. I will be very respectful. I've been respectful to every single guest I've ever had on the Brick Breakdown. I've ever had on this, besides one, and that guy fucking deserved it. But why? Now, let me ask you this last question to you, Conservative Willie. Yeah. Why is everybody so much of a Mary that they will not debate an idiot like me? Please tell me. I love your opinion.
I don't even think it's that. I think they don't want to be made to look like an idiot, personally. I mean, you're very good at like not being disrespectful, but at the same time just being like, you sound really stupid right now. You know what I'm saying? So that I think if they truly know who you are and they've actually watched your content, which fucking you kill it every time. But if they watch it, they're like, ooh. Like, he's not going to openly say I'm stupid, but he's going to be like, but this. And then they're going to be like, I got nothing.
I think you perfectly exemplified
what
I do. And I appreciate that. You watch and listen, let me tell you something, dude. I am thrilled to be able to get in touch with you through Nick and to have Nick on. You have an open invite. I would love to have you on whenever you want to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Everybody, Conservative Willie, check him out 100%. Let me tell you something. This is the truth. And I think you're pulling in the same direction as us. We need people pulling in the American direction. If you really want to be a Caltrop, everybody, and like I say this, like, I'm not saying be like me. I'm saying be a Caltrop for yourself. A Caltrop is a defense mechanism. And one thing that everybody learns from watching these solitary groups is their defense mechanism is people. It's like-minded people pulling in the same direction. And we have way more like-minded people pulling in directions that are like-minded to us. The only difference is we aren't pulling in the same direction. We're pulling against each other. We're playing tug of war while other people are just walking to the concession stand and eating everything based off of our tax dollars. We have to get through this, and we have to follow people like Conservative Willie, Nick Salanitro, Tyler, myself. We have to do these things, and most importantly, we have to finger the fuck out of our share buttons.
Yeah.
And our finger and our like buttons, because that helps me and him. Dude, just you guys sharing our stuff. Bro, that one video on the Section 8 housing
blew up.
Dude, I got 315,000 views off of that.
That's amazing. I love that stuff. I love it.
15,000 likes, 21,000 shares on Instagram. I never had anything like that.
On a side note, the best thing, especially with me and Nick going up to Lakewood, fucking freezing cold. Okay, I get this message out of the blue. This lady's like, hey, listen, I really appreciate the fact that you left beautifully 85-degree weather to come and freeze your ass off to talk to people when people here won't even do that. That was where I was like, I need to go back. I need to go back. I loved it. Like, it was, yes. I appreciate that.
There's way more, bro. We're just barely scratching the surface on Lakewood. And I got to tell you something. Lakewood's not going fucking anywhere. These towns have just begun to fight it. Like everyone's doesn't realize this. The fight has just begun with Howell, Toms River, and Brick, because they are finally starting to get a voice. And I got to tell everybody, I may not be the voice that you want, but I'm the voice that you need. Conservative Willie is the voice that you need. Nick Salanitro is the voice you need. People like this that are willing to speak, and until one of you can prove me wrong, everyone has an open invite right here in his seat, right there. See where he's sitting? You can be right there. You can be arguing with me. Until you can do that, step the fuck off, because I don't give a shit about anything that you have to say. Totally Random says, follow the money. Lynn Cat Lady, she is still a champion. Lynn, you are a Caltrop champion. Give me $100. Oh, shit. Let me do that. Did I even do that? Do I even have this up here? I got a new one, so I don't have it up there. But, guys, I'm getting all of the things made. I have any way you can support me. I really appreciate you support me. But Lynn Cat Lady, she says, great show. Thanks for joining, Willie. Listen, man, check us out. I really appreciate all you guys. Thank you very much. Again, I'm telling you, I'm urging you, get involved in any way you possibly can. And if that's sharing and liking, if that's all you can do it. Because it's helping out way more than you even understand. You guys have gotten me to the point where I'm getting recognized at a bar that I'm at every single week. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you guys. Finger the fuck out of my like button. Share this. This Caltrop is out. I will see you Friday. Later.